WBRZ Sports 2.
We don't have the, 225, 235-pound running back to line up in the eye, We have a fullback, and I promise we have some eye runners, but I don't know if we can just go pound people.
Good evening and welcome back. I'm Reggie Chatman with your sports. Michael Cobble has the night off. You just heard from LSU offensive coordinator Steve Ensminger talking about the current state of the running back room. We'll have more on that in a moment, but first, former LSU running back Darius Geis is back in town and bowling with fans to raise money for charity. The Baton Rouge native had a goal to do an online fundraiser to help out his community, so he decided to put the money towards the Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center after visiting earlier this month. Through today's bowling event, playing video games with fans and auctioning off some signed gear, Geis raised over $20,000 in 9 days. Geis, who enjoys being home and giving back, spoke about his transition to the NFL after wrapping up Redskins minicamp earlier this month.
I really got a taste of the professional life. It's strictly a business. It could be fun, it could be a family at times as well, but just you always keep in your mind that it's strictly a business first. Most of us are new, some of the guys are old, but for the most part, we're all trying to learn the playbook and we're all trying to get used to each other and all, build that team chemistry. That's really what it's been like the past month.
From a former LSU running back to the current LSU running back core, yesterday we had a chance to catch up with head coach Ed Orgeron and offensive coordinator Steve Ensminger, who are both dealing with not having a premier back like Geis on the roster going into the coming season. LSU, who has been historically run heavy and has leaned on power backs like Leonard Fournette in the past, will now have to adapt this season to having role players who have yet to make a lot of noise. Sophomore Clyde Edwards-Helaire, impressed at the spring game, and senior Nick Brossette is finally ready for his breakout season. And even though Coach Ensminger plans to throw the ball more this fall, LSU is never getting too far away from the ground game.
I believe in the running game because I believe in play, action, pass. I believe there's certain formations that you can get into that dictates, hey, I know what the defense is going to be in. I know whether I want to run or throw the football right now, But it's going to be, in my opinion, a little bit more running back by committee. In the last 3 years, we've had some big backs. We've had some guys who could dot the I and run the football. I don't know if we have that right now.
Now we move on from one team struggling with depth at the running back position to a local high school team struggling with depth pretty much everywhere. Our Sports 2-Day spotlight on the Episcopal Knights finds head coach Travis Bourgeois trying to work with what he has after graduating 16 seniors last season. Although coach isn't returning many starters this fall, the players that were on the roster last season have gotten a taste of what it takes to be successful after their 9-3 run. Coach is really building from the base up as he replaces his entire offensive line and nearly his entire defensive line.
One of our strengths last year was our offensive line and our offensive backfield, and we have a lot of new faces there as well. So we got to get those guys comfortable playing together, and the backs got to get comfortable trusting what's in front of them. So it's a slow process, but we have time and we have patience, and you play 2A football, you got to have a lot of patience because these kids are playing offense and defense, so they have to learn both sides of the ball, not only one side.
As coach said, when you're building one line, you're pretty much building both. He likes to have 3 players per position. That gives guys a breather if they're just coming off the field. Although they're then on starters, coach believes linebackers Ethan Amide and Brandon Guarrido will be standouts on this team. Tomorrow, we're checking in with the home of LSU's 2020 quarterback commit, TJ Finley. We're heading to Hammond to try and rope the Tornadoes. If you missed your school, you can always find them on our website at WBRZ.com.
All right,
Busy
Reggie.
week for you guys, Reggie. Thank you.
Now, trending tonight at 10.
Friday. 4 trending stories up tonight. Let's get started.
All right, first, let's welcome Sports 2's Reggie Chatman to the trending box. Take it away, Reggie.
Well, let's get started. The wedding day is usually one of the most memorable moments a couple will have. So as you might as well expect, you can have fun with it. These newlyweds in South Carolina gave their guests more to watch than just the wedding vows. They performed a fully choreographed first dance that lasted more than 3 minutes. The bride's cousin shot the video and posted on Facebook where, get this, it has more than 3.6 million views.
Hey now.
Now, a routine like this doesn't come overnight. The couple practiced this dance for 3 months.
I love it.
Whose idea was this?
Well, hey, didn't you hear? That's how you're going to do your wedding dance.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Well,
wow.
What did we learn last night? Just yes, dear? And
yes.
Yes, dear.
Wow. They're very
impressed. I'm down to do that, dear.
I am impressed with the fact that she has that wedding gown on and doing those moves. What's it called
I'm
when
impressed
you do
that
that?
he's doing that sober.
Well, maybe he's not. They're good. What do you call that move right there, Reggie?
That right there. What is that?
What's that?
That's the shoot dance.
The shoot?
The shoot?
Yeah, shoot. By a rapper named Block Boy.
My little
JB.
nephew just did that. He played the
He's
Tin Man.
educated as
I have to. I feel like
He played the Tin Man in The Wiz, and when the oil got in him and he was able to move around, he was doing that thing there. I don't know what
I
it's
like
called
that.
anyway.
That's good. All right, well, a man in Illinois has reportedly set a new world record for the longest planking session. Planking, some people hold their bodies up just with their elbows and feet. Planks are usually done during workouts, but this guy named George Hood planked for 10 hours in 10 minutes. He reportedly beat the old record by 2 hours.
Wow.
It's all raising money for the program that helps Chicago children who have been exposed to violence.
That is true. He's in great shape, too.
Wasn't this like a social media thing too, where you laid flat on something in a weird place? And
Do you do the planks, you guys? Either of you?
not anymore.
It's been
Not
a long
anymore.
time.
Yeah, it's been a
That's
little
hard.
bit. Yeah.
And he did it for 10 hours and for an amazing cause.
Yeah.
And 2 hours over the record. That's just showing off, honestly.
It's great for him. Okay. I don't want to read this story. There's the disclaimer, but I'm going to go ahead and do it just because. So Rite Aid in Los Angeles has a new weapon to deter panhandlers outside their store. Barry Manilow.
There it is.
You guys know how much I love Barry. Let's listen. Okay, so here's the point. Several of the pharmacies have been blasting the 75-year-old singer's music, and it's been working because, look, nobody's there. The number of panhandlers outside the store apparently has dropped, but they've been flooded by complaints.
Wow. From the panhandlers?
And customers.
Okay.
A customer says an employee told him that they had to choose the most annoying music.
wow.
What?
Shots fired.
Wow.
To make sure that their plan would work. I could think of a couple of other artists, one of which will be mentioned tonight in our newscast. If you wanted annoying music, you could have played that. That's what I'm just saying.
Very, very quick story. So
Right?
many years ago, we had something here whenever I was in the back. We would do something called the dance tape, to where we would pump music into the earpieces that we wear.
Yes.
So we would pump Barry Manilow into Sylvia's earpiece just to get her to dance before the shows would go on the air. She loved it.
And Andrea Classic.
That's right. Well, then we hit you with the LSU fight song
And
that
then
time
we
too.
did their
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
All
Enough.
right, moving along. A man was arrested in Ohio because he let his empty stomach get the best of him. Police say this man broke into a house but didn't know there were 2 women inside. One of them say they walked into the kitchen, saw him just there relaxing, eating a bowl of Frosted Flakes.
What?
After she told him to leave peacefully, but he took her ID card from her wallet. Officials eventually identified him, tracked him down because he actually left his own wallet at that scene.
Oh my
He's
God.
now behind bars where they probably do not have Frosted Flakes.
I bet they don't.
No, not quite
Serves
as
him
good.
right.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. Well, Odell Beckham hit a couple of bombs at Yankees batting practice today. The New York Giant receiver rubbing elbows with some series sluggers, Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge, before the game.
How about that?
He is incredible.
Who would have known Odell Beckham
Right?
was that talented at baseball? That's pretty cool.
He's talented at everything. I've seen him play basketball. He's unbelievable.
It must be an LSU thing.
I was going to say, I almost didn't recognize him with that beard going there.
He still has the
blonde
traditional
hair.
Blonde hair
Yeah.
that you don't
Odell
see.
Beckham
The hat.
hair. You think he's good at bowling too, like Darius guys?
I don't doubt it.
Probably.
I don't doubt it.
Just
but
all natural born athletes.
pretty much. That's
Yeah.
pretty much how it works.
All right.